but they had to be patient. Right, he did use that word at half-time, at 1-0 down. Mikel Moreno, once of Newcastle, of course. He's only been on 14 minutes. Yeah. He seems to have an impact in this situation, though, doesn't he?
Well, you know, getting into the box at this stage, obviously, he's always going to cause a problem. He's brilliant in the air, but that cross there, that's just a great cross. And the header, again, if you're in that area and the ball's coming in with that kind of whip on it, and you could just guide it towards the goal. You see Nick Pope, who's saved literally everything today. You can't really do anything with that. It's going away from you. He's just glanced it on, and it's just a fantastic ball in. And, you know, Moreno's done brilliantly to be in there to get it. Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, the delivery and the header is absolutely brilliant. I mean, Newcastle will probably look at the defensive side. I think, could they got someone out quicker? A bit like the Arsenal goal they conceded. Could someone go out and sort of stop the cross? But again, Rice hasn't even took a touch there, right, has he? It's a great layoff and first time, and it's a brilliant... You see here when it comes back to the Newcastle players, maybe slow getting out. Rice is free, but he knows if he takes that first time, and the run from Moreno as well, it's a brilliant header, it really is. Nick Pope's got no chance. Who was inspired today, by the way, made some great saves.
Yeah, that's quality. That's a quality goal there. You know, that's a quality goal.
Now, at that point, Shay, Livramento had unfortunately been stretchered off. There'd been a triple substitution. Voldemort had gone off as well. Did they look, Newcastle, like a little bit more disorganised, sort of square pegs?
Possibly. I don't think they were too disorganised in the sense you weren't hanging on like loads of saves and clearances and last-ditch tackles. I didn't feel that way. But we're trying to work out who's playing where, because at one point there was nearly 4 or 5 centre-halves on the pitch, who's playing in what position. And that's what disappoints me with the winning goal. You know, Lascelles came off the bench, who's a big guy. Osula came off the bench. So you're adding more height to the team. You know, you've already got, you know, Chow, Botman... Dan Burn, you know, you've got a big team there. So disappointing that realistically just like a straightforward corners come in from Odegaard. Good delivery, don't get me wrong, but...
What's the goalkeeper's view of this like then?
Well, I feel like I hear the shout off, Nick, and I know there's someone challenging him. Is it Saliba perhaps on the keeper? I can't really see.
He's just in front of him.
Saliba, yeah. And he just blocks
blocking.
But it's not a foul, it's not enough, to be honest. And Arsenal are very clever at this. But I don't know if Dan Burns ducked out of it a bit because he heard
Pope. He couldn't get off the ground.
No, but he heard Pope shouting.
Yeah, maybe.
It was definitely a clear shout from Pope.
I think, Shay, it does, from a goalkeeper's point of view, has he got to make sure that he gets disengaged from where Saliba is, because that is so close. If you're not going to get the Dan Burns and the Botmans going and attacking that, the goalkeeper has to surely, from where that's gone in the goal, he's got to be at least getting a punch on that.
That's the frustrating thing. You know, Saliba's very clever, so it's difficult. Doesn't matter how big you are, right, as a goalkeeper. If the defender's strong, it's hard to get round him sometimes. And I think that's what he's done. But I think Pope did shout, and he maybe shouted early, and then Saliba's come in late and sort of blocked his path. And I think the shout has sort of took Dan Burn, thinking, I'm just going to keep this Arsenal player out of the way, and Nick Pope's going to come and deal with it. But, of course, it's a brilliant jump from Gabriel. Delivery was good, and they've taken the points.
Yeah, and as you say, Newcastle will have known what's coming. They will have worked on it. We saw those statistics there. Since August 2023. I mean, look at the difference between the next best, Chelsea and Spurs.
Honestly, again, it comes down to the service there. Shay, you can be testament to it. No goalkeeper, if you've not got defenders who's going to attack that, is comfortable with the ball coming there. No one. That's such a great ball into the box. So Gabriel does what he does. You know, he gets in there and he makes sure he gets something on it. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal.
Now, at 1-1, you were hoping Newcastle would hold out. At 1-1, right, he was actually asking the Lord, weren't you, to do something for divine intervention here.
There's a Sunday.
Sometimes you just have to go to a higher place when you need what you need.
Is that where you were?
Oh, jeepers.
Oh, so... Yeah!
Two different reactions there, aren't
they? I'm so sorry, everybody at home. I'm so sorry.
We have to win this!
We knew that. The scowl on Shay's face towards you just makes it even better.
There's always two sides to every story, isn't there? The sadness of conceding a late winner, and of course the joy that brought to Righty's face.
I'm just really pleased with the guys who I work here with on a regular basis last season, when they see how I act. But it's not for anything other than pure joy, because we needed to win this game so badly, Steve.
So let's get serious a minute.
Yes.
I mean, that's the type of thing champions do, isn't it, really?
Well, I think you look at last season, there were so many opportunities where Liverpool, we had to get into a game where you put pressure on Liverpool for something. We either drew the game...
Yeah, they couldn't do it, could they?
We couldn't do it. We've never done too many. I think the last time we done anything like this where we needed to win something in the death, I think it was Bournemouth a few seasons ago. But this is a game where we went in and I think we started very well. I thought we started very well. We had chances. But once they went 1-0 up, it was a game we had to play back in and get ourselves back into the game, make sure we don't lose it, and if we can, win it, because that's what we have to do to send the message to whoever's at the top, that we're not going to go away and we will dig in as far as we need to win these games, to try and win this league finally.
Yeah, that will have been severely noted on Merseyside.
Absolutely, because what you want them to, what the message you want to give them is, you know, we're coming and we're going to be here. So, yes, you're 5 points clear, but now you're 2. You lost your game against Palace. We have to now take advantage of that, and we've done that. That's why even if a point would have been a little bit... It wouldn't have been enough for me, even though you'd have to take it. 3 points is what we needed to do today, and I'm just hoping that in that dressing room they realise that, how important it is to make sure that they take advantage of these slip-ups if they do happen.
If you're in the Newcastle dressing room, though, having seen it happen against Liverpool and then against Arsenal, to take nothing from the game, having given all that effort, there'll be a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, it'll be very tough when you see Eddie walking around the pitch after. I think that's the frustration. You know, Arsenal have got quality all over their squad, they have, and they're good enough to open you up, Steve, and play an amazing goal. But the frustration thing is, and they work at attacking corners, but they work at defensive side of things as well. And that's the most frustrating thing. You know, we spoke about Eze and Cole beforehand. Odegaard comes off the bench. Saka, they've got some brilliant players, haven't they, Arsenal? And they can open you up and you go, we were beaten by a better team. They were a better team today, but we were beaten by an unbelievable goal. There's not much we could have done about that. But it's so frustrating that it feels just like a comfortable enough delivery into the box. Gabriel heads it in, and it's, as you say, all that hard work, you know, and effort. And I think Tino Livramento looked like a bad injury as well. So it's a tough day for Newcastle to concede so late. You
know, the bench as well for us, Shay. The bench is vital for us and what we're going to try and achieve this season. And we've already seen on a few occasions, we've seen Martinelli, we've seen Trossard, we've seen Marino now. They're coming off the bench and they're making a difference. Odegaard coming off the bench making a difference. We're able to now be able to take someone like Saka off and bring Martinelli on, and, you know, people making differences off the bench. And that's what it's going to probably take. It's going to take that for us. And sometimes the manager's going to get the selection right, but then he's got the players on the bench where he can maybe change it around. And I think people need to have a little bit more patience with some of the decisions the manager makes and see once it's done if the players can justify the decisions he's made so as we can win games.
Yeah, because with that squad depth that he wants comes added issues and problems, doesn't it, in terms of getting the right 11 for each game.
Yeah, and pressure as well, because like there's a lot of talk now with people, with the manager saying, well, you've got the team you want. Spent a lot of money to get this team and assemble this team. We're talking about it, Shay. So now there's not too many more chances you can get in respect of making it happen with a squad that's capable of doing it. So he's now got to manoeuvre those players and get them into the position, whether they're playing or coming off the bench, to deliver when they come on, because this is the year, I think, to deliver.
Yeah, I mean, he's got an unbelievable squad, and I think you maybe hit the nail on the head there, Steve, when you said about sometimes it's nearly easy to pick the first 11, but it's the 5 or 6, you're looking at the bench, you're looking at 5 or 6 full internationals. You have to say to him, by the way, you're not playing this week in a big game at Newcastle, or when Liverpool comes, or whatever game it is. So again, sometimes man management skills will be tested this year at Arteta because he's built such a big, strong squad, and then awkward conversations he's going to have with the people he leaves on the bench. But again, he changed the names to subs. We used to call them super subs back in the day. Now he calls them finishers. And I'm nearly buying into it myself. No, it's true, but because the guys are coming off the bench and they are making a difference. Martinelli, we've seen in the last couple of weeks, you know, coming off the bench.
And he still didn't get a start today.
And he still didn't get a start, but he's saying it gives them a belief that they can do something when they do come off the bench.
Let's go to St James's Park and talk to the man who was back, and he led Arsenal out with that captain's armband on today. Bukayo Saka is joining us. Bukayo, very well done. We're all saying that feels hugely significant. Does it to you?
Yeah, it feels massive. You know, coming here in recent years, you know, things have kind of gone against us, results-wise and obviously decision-wise, and, you know, there was a feeling that it could go that way again today, but, you know, in the end, you know, we brought it back.
Bukayo, Ian, I just wanted to say, yes, man, you know I'm smiling. I just wanted to say at half-time, what was the boss saying? Because I was saying that not to panic, let's just stay, we're playing well. What did the boss say?
Yeah, it was exactly that, you know. We were completely on top of them, dominating them. I think they had one chance and they scored it, you know. And, you know, in these games, it's not just enough to control. We have to be a bit more clinical and take our chances, which is what we tried to do in the second half.
And yet another goal from a corner. 36, I think it is, since the start of last season. I mean, it's some unbelievable record. And the delivery, Bukayo, each time.
Yeah, well, it's something we work on because we know how important it can be, and today it won us the game, so we're more than happy.
Yeah, Declan's ball for the equaliser. Martin Odegaard's for that one.
Yeah. Beautiful scenes, man.
Yeah, if you're an Arsenal player, I mean, Newcastle's a tough place to come, Bukayo, and of course that's proven in the last couple of years. So even the psychological side of it, you guys going up there today and winning after Liverpool losing last night must be big for you guys.
Yeah, of course we know the Premier League's a long season, and all the big teams will drop points along the way. We just have to focus on ourselves, and today we got the job done, and that's all we can continue to focus on.
And talking about dropping points, I mean, we're only so early into the season, but when Liverpool have a blip like yesterday, does that add to the determination before the game today to make them pay and do your job?
Yeah, in the back of our minds, we know that. I'm not going to lie and say that. We're not aware of that. But of course, we know, like I said, it's a long season and it's still very, very early. So it's just about staying there, staying in around it, and just winning games. That's all our focus is right now.
And what does it do to the belief when you keep going in a game like this and get your rewards so late on yet again?
Yeah, we need that. It's something, we try to do, especially when we're down in a game. We want that belief. We want to believe that we can score at any moment, whether it's the first or last minute. And today's going to give us a massive belief. And, yeah, we're going to be really happy with that. And hopefully, we can win games earlier. But if we have to do it again, we can do it because we've shown it.
You have indeed. Well done. Great win. Safe travel home.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Captain.
Cheers, Ratty.
There's that big smile, almost as big as yours. I mean, he talks like he plays as well, doesn't he, Bukayo?
Yeah.
Because his influence, as you said right from the off, when he's in, he's the talisman.
Yeah. And the thing is that, because you don't see it too often, as him coming off the pitch when he's not injured, coming off the pitch is always, it used to be something where you feel you're on a little bit, oh no, Bukayo's going off. But now, like I say, with the bench we've got and with the belief that the guys now have, even when Bukayo goes off, we still feel like we've got enough on the pitch to create. I thought Martin Odegaard came on and I thought he was really busy, he was really sharp, and he was really moving the ball around, kept it in that 10 area.
But getting back to our previous point, he'll be one of those who feels he should be playing. He's normally been a starter.
Well, the thing is, he's our captain. You like to think that when he's properly fit, he will probably start somewhere, but then what you want is the team to continue to play well enough where then Mikel has got a problem in who he picks. And whoever's coming off the bench they have to contribute so as they can stay in the team or play in the team.
For Newcastle, it's still just one league win all season. Finding that's a concern?
It's starting to get a concern, yeah. You've seen the table before, you think Aston Villa have a really poor start, but they're equal in points now with Newcastle. So, again, it's a frustration. I don't think they're playing that bad. I think Eddie mentioned last week about it's a transitional time for the new players to settle in, get into the team. But we know the Premier League is a tough league, Steve. They'll want to have ambitions to get back into the Champions League. And the longer these points keep slipping away and that more wins don't come, then it'll be a concern. And,
of course, they are, like Arsenal in Champions League action this week. Yeah. They're going to have to juggle that again, aren't they?
Definitely. The squad is deeper, but at the same time, you need to get results in the Premier League, the bread and butter.
OK, Righty's going to enjoy the evening. Thank you very much indeed, Righty and Shay, for your company today. Well, what a weekend already at this early stage of the Premier League season. Liverpool on Saturday, conceding late and losing. Arsenal on Sunday, scoring late and winning. How significant could that be? We'll find out in the next few months from the three of us. Take care. We'll see you soon.